I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, the Arakwal people of the Bundjalung Nation, and pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. Are you ready to win at the game of life? Well, throw out that rulebook and get down to the business of being the best and most authentic version of you. Welcome to the Human Design Podcast. We're changing the rules around success, abundance, purpose, love, and life, where we're creating a planet where everyone can thrive in a world that loves and supports each other. I'm your host, Emma Dunwoody, a qualified master coach, human design expert, podcaster, and entrepreneur that is living the life of my dreams, breaking all the rules while doing it, making a huge impact, and living my design and manifesting miracles on the daily. Join me as I break down and simplify everything you need to live in alignment with your human design, teach you how to recondition your unconscious mind for greatness, and to take back your power so you can manifest your heaven on earth and serve the rest of the planet at the same time. It's time to give up the fear and step into your highest potential, to reach for the stars, to know and live your greatness. It's what you deserve, and it's what the planet really needs from you. So buckle up and enjoy the ride. Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode. I am super excited to have you here, and I've got a question for you. Are you currently dreaming of or starting up or growing or scaling a business? If so, then better hang around, because I'm going to share a little bit about how to align your type in business. Now, the truth is, this doesn't have to be your own business. It can be your career. It can be the work that you do. It's all going to be applicable. However, given that I have a live workshop, so it's all about using your human design to create a business success coming up on Thursday, I thought, well, this would be a great time to start talking more and more about business and human design. So today is, as I said, all about aligning your type to your business, or your business to your type, as the case may be. And the reason why obviously I'm starting here is that when we first begin a business or begin our human design experiment, the trap we can fall into is taking in all the information and thinking that we need to actually implement everything all at once. And actually, that's just a recipe for our brain to tell us that we're in overwhelm and in turn not take any action. So, of course, it's me. I want to make things simple. I want to make them easy for you. I want them to be really actionable and integratable. So today I'm going to start with focusing on type. Okay, so let's have a quick overview of the types and their primary focus when it comes to business. Now, remember, this is the macro, all right? This is beyond, or above, I should say, what specifically you're here to do or who specifically you're here to be. This is kind of like the container. You've heard me say that before. It's like the container of our purpose. But it's a really great place to start, because often having a wide open question like, what do I want to do, can just be too overwhelming. So this is why I love to use my human design in a way that I can chunk down the problem or the goal in front of me using my human design and help me get clear on the truth that I'm looking for. What is true for me? Now, one of the things I keep saying recently, and I just love it, so I'm going to share it with you. What I want you to understand is that your human design is a treasure map. All right? However, you are the treasure. You're the one that gets to decide how specifically you're going to shine in the world. So I don't want you to take this as a dogma. I don't want you to force yourself to be something that you're not. I want you to experiment with your design and your type and the work that you're doing in the world, and discover why you're designed this way. Discover what is true for you. Because at the end of the day, we are at this crazy time in human history where we are moving towards this new paradigm. We're creating a whole new world. And we need to believe in ourselves more than we've ever believed in ourselves before, because the mentors, the leaders, the people in power, these people that we used to be able to look up to for guidance, advice, support, it's shifting, it's changing. It's just not like that anymore. So now we need to be able to learn to trust ourselves faster than ever before and deeper than ever before. And I really do believe that human design plays a very big part in that journey. So today, let's talk about the focus of your business by type. That's what I'm going to start with. So if you're a manifester, your business, the container of your business, is all about creativity. It's about, what are you inspired by? What do you want to create? What are those one of those three motors, maybe all three motors except for the sacral? What do they want to put into action? What do they want to initiate? What do you feel like wants to flow through you? This is where your macro business container begins. Okay, like, what is the creativity that wants to move through you? What do you want to initiate? What do you want to start? Is it a movement? Is it a modality? I mean, obviously we think about Ra Uruhu. He was a manifester. He was the guy who channeled in all of this human design excellent stuff. And that's exactly what his business was about, right? So what about if you are a generator? If you're a generator, then you're here to be inspired into action, and your business, like, to align your type to your work or to your business, it's all about the things that light you up, because you're going to be inspired into action. And then once you're inspired into action, you're going to want to build something. Remember, you're here to build the new paradigm. How do you know what specifically to build? What lights you up? What does that specifically mean? What do you have energy for? That's the thing. So this is the macro of your business or career. If you're a manifesting generator, obviously there's a little bit of generator in you. There's a lot of generator in you. It's a lot of generator, and a little bit of manifester. So what your macro vision, your macro focus by being a manifesting generator, is all about being that non-linear superhuman you. You're going to want to build what lights you up for sure. You're inspired into action, and you do have that manifestor want to create, but of course you create in response. You get inspired into action, and then your creativity, what you want to build, what lights you up, is the thing that you create. And in that journey, you demonstrate human potential. That's the macro focus of your type for your business. Now, what about a projector? Well, I love putting the manifesting generator and the projector next to each other, because when we think about a projector and the focus for their macro energy, if you like, this is all about refinement. It's about obsessing about something, learning about something, going deep into it. And then this business, how to align to your type in a business or the work that you do, it's all about refining a system. Okay. You have the ability to see how people are using their energy in alignment or out of alignment. You have the ability to see if a system is efficient or inefficient. So this macro view of your business or your career is all about efficiency of energy. I always think of the projector as just refining, getting better and better. I mean, again, we all know how much I love Taylor Swift. Refining. Then, of course, we have the reflector. So if you want to align your type to your business, one of the big things that you want to be focused on is taking your time, because the more people you're around, the more you're going to feel you want to do this and you want to do this and you want to do this and you want to do that. Sometimes I feel like reflectors can almost feel a little bit like manifesting generators, because they're feeling their way through life, and every time they have a different conversation with a different person, they're like, I want that, I want to do that, I want to do that. So it's about taking your time. And of course, it's about the people, places, and experiences, how they make you feel. Because the macro of your design is that you are here to reflect back and amplify what feels great. Okay, what feels great? So think about it this way. You have a magical ability with energy. We're building this new paradigm. And a large part of your macro role as a reflector is to reflect back what feels correct, what feels right, what feels good to amplify into the new paradigm. All right, how does that feel, everyone? Does it feel good? I bet it does. So the next thing I want to talk about with your type is I want to talk about where you're at with your business. So for me, we have 3 phases. We've got the new business or the startup, we've got the growth phase, then we've got the scale. For me personally, I'm now at the scale phase. New business, launched my business in 2015, then kind of pivoted, played around until 2018 till I found human design. Once human design landed, then I got into the growth phase, started to grow the business. And now probably the last 12, 18 months, we've gone into scale. So depending on where you're at in your business, there's also going to be a difference depending on your design. So if you're a manifestor, a projector, or a reflector, you want to be very conscious, let's say with a new business, because when you're in new business mode, you're hustling. Like, I know you don't want to hear it, but when we start a business, you have to be willing to hustle. Now, it doesn't have to be hustling yourself into burnout, but there is a part of you that needs to be willing to experiment, take more risks, take more imperfect action, be able to maybe juggle the old life that as you're transitioning into the new life, or the old work as you're transitioning into the new work. So when you start a new business, you need to be super aware of your energy and making sure that you're taking care of it. With a generator or a manifesting generator, they can also do functional burnout. You can do burnout for the non-sacral beings, but they've got more consistent energy to draw on. They can do it for longer. So especially if you're in the new business stage and you're a non-sacral being, so that's a manifestor, a projector, or a reflector, you want to be super cautious of the downtime. What do I mean? Getting enough sleep. Having enough playtime, having enough recharge time. Maybe you need a massage. Maybe you need a swim in the ocean. Whatever it is, you want to be super conscious of that, because when you're in the new business, everyone's hustling to their version of an aligned hustle. I fully appreciate I'm offending a lot of people out there using the hustle word, but it's true. Being an entrepreneur isn't easy. It's not like going to a corporate business every day, turning up at 8:30 in the morning, doing a job, and then going home at 5:30. It is, you live it, you breathe it. It is, in fact, a representation of you. So it's just, there are harder paths. So being a non-sacral being, especially in new business hustle mode, you want to be super conscious of that energy of yours. When we're in growth phase is where your energy is going to balance out a little bit, and it's more where your mindset comes in. Mindset plays a big role in every single level. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying it's more important in one than the other, but in your growth phase, you want to be super good at letting go of what doesn't work. So, again, think of this from an energetic perspective. Does it give you energy, or does it take energy? If it gives you energy, then it's something, and it's getting you results. So if it's getting you results, it's converting clients, or it's getting clients the outcomes that they want. Whatever your metrics are, that's what you want to focus on. Then the things that aren't working, you want to let them go. Okay. Now this can be hard. Like as a manifestor, your creative energy will switch off. All right. As a generator, manifesting generator, your enthusiasm will switch off, or your lit upness will switch off. As a projector, you will be less obsessed with it. It will feel like you're pushing and pushing it as opposed to obsessing about it. And then as a reflector, it'll just feel exhausting. It'll feel like, that it exhausts you. So really pay attention to that. And once you get to the scale, you want to be conscious, really conscious. And I'm going to give you a little example. You want to be conscious of your design at this point, because by the time you're scaling a business, so for me, when I started my new business, it was me. Then when I got to the growth phase, I had tea and maybe one other person. Yep, that had a social media person. We had Mel, and then we had Mel at first. Then when you kind of get to the back end of growth and into scale, you're building a team. So what is important by the time you get to scale, and this is a lesson that T and I are learning at the moment, is that the entrepreneur or the solopreneur that started the business, like the whole authentic version of you, isn't the same because there's a whole team involved. And you're getting, you're investing in different knowledge and experience and how to do this and how to do that, and working with coaches and consultants and all the things, right? But by the time you get to scale, it's like you want to know your design well enough. You want to know yourself well enough so that when you get stuck or things aren't working, you can solve the problem yourself, or you can work it out. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. We're in scale at the moment. We've got a particular strategy that we're using, and we're working with an exceptional consultant who I'm going to have on the podcast soon. And she's a generator. And one of the things that she says is she's like, you've got to just keep going, and refine, keep going and refine, keep going and refine. And about, I'm going to say a month ago, like T and I are literally pulling our hair out, because we're like, it's got to go faster than this. It's got to be like, I need more specific answers. We've got to do something different. Like we were freaking out. And of course I was like, oh, hello, manifesting generators. We are running this strategy in the way that we, put all this faith because she's getting us great results, but we're not taking into account the design that's at play. She's a generator. So that more consistent, keep just improving kind of thing, is a more linear way of doing it. And we're both manifesting generators. So it's really important that you stay true to whatever energy created the business. That energy has to always be spearheading the business, if that makes sense. So be conscious of that. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about, when you are growing a business, when you're starting, growing, or scaling a business, you want to be so aware, especially in the beginning, because in the beginning is where you're going to make the most mistakes. The bigger the business gets, the bigger the mistakes can get. There's just less of them. That's my experience anyway. But what I want you to understand is that you have this beautiful thing, your signature and your not self theme, that are giving you constant feedback on what is and isn't in alignment with you. So if you're a manifester, when anger shows up in the business, there's something that's out of alignment. When peace is showing up internally or externally, you're in alignment. If you're a generator, if satisfaction is showing up at the end of each day, then you're in alignment. If frustration is ever present, then you need to look at something. With a manifesting generator, peace and satisfaction, if that's around, great. If you're experiencing anger and frustration, something's a little out of alignment. Projector, if you're in alignment, you're feeling success, whatever that is for you. If you are out of alignment, you're feeling that bitterness. With your reflectors, you're feeling surprise if you're in alignment, and you're feeling disappointed if you're out of alignment. Now, the thing is, you don't want to get too attached to them. It's almost like you want to, if you know that meditation practice of noting, like when you feather note thinking every time you notice yourself thinking, or feeling every time you notice yourself feeling. It's the same. Frustration, peace. Paying attention, but not trying to think your way out of it or do something about it. Just be aware, because it's giving you biofeedback. Let me give you an example. There's something going on with me at the moment. My horse is at the property where he was bred by the woman who owns the property. She's absolutely freaking epic. I love this human being. But this property has no indoor arena, and the weather here is just raining at the moment. And I'm the sort of person that I'm very laid back. Not much phases me, except I do have exceptionally high standards. This is where I kind of, again, it's the paradox of being me. Hello. So being at this property and with all the rain, and they have like riding lessons on an afternoon, so I can't go and ride in the afternoon. You know, there's a few little bits and pieces. Those things just don't bother me. Like, I'm not that sort of person. I'm like, well, there are things I can't control. I'm going to focus on the things that I can. So focus on riding at different times or da-da-da. Well, with this rain, I can't ride at other times. I can only ride when it's not raining because I'm sick of getting soaked, like literally soaking wet in a brand new saddle. Not ideal. And, you know, everything's knee deep in mud. And then all of a sudden I noticed last week, little things would frustrate me. You know, like I'd put him in his stable and his stable wouldn't be clean. I'd be like, oof. And that's usually stuff that doesn't frustrate me because I would be like, oh, they'll obviously do it this afternoon or something. Like, it doesn't faze me. So the little frustrations are telling me, oh, something's out of alignment. So it's not like throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's like, what is this telling me? So when we're starting a business, you want to pay attention to your signature and your not self theme. Now, the last part that I want to share, and just from a type perspective, and I'm going to go a little bit deeper over the next number of weeks, but from a type perspective, you always want to make sure that you have support, because you are not an island. You cannot do this on your own. You cannot have success in a business or career on your own. Being an entrepreneur, there is hard times. There are high highs and there are low lows. There's challenges. I don't want to put you off. I just want to be super honest about it. I wouldn't have it any other way. I would never want to work for someone else again. Like, this is absolutely everything I want to do in the world. However, I'm also now the most resilient, confident, courageous version of myself because, let's be honest, your business is the best personal development journey you're ever going to do in your entire life, and spiritual development journey for that matter. So one of the things that I would encourage you to do is to find good support. So again, for my non-sacral beings, manifestor, projector, reflector, make sure that you have lots of rest and recovery time. For my generators and manifesting generators, make sure you have at least a day or two off a week. Like, yeah, we get it. You guys love to work, but it doesn't serve you to be working all the time. So make sure, as a manifestor, let's say, you've got a creative outlet that's not the business. If you're a generator, make sure that you are playing and doing the things that light you up and not working for at least a day a week. Manifesting generators, the same, something playful, creative, something that's getting you out of your comfort zone that's not work. Projectors, make sure you're getting enough alone time for you just to chill, not read more personal development or business development books, just time to maybe, watch something you love, cook a beautiful meal, sit and relax with friends and family, whatever that might be. And reflectors, make sure you have some time on your own. I think all types need time on their own to really just decompress from everybody else's energy. But yeah, reflectors, really be conscious of spending time every week with just you, because the consistency of you're always going to be you. That's where you're going to find consistency. You're going to feel different. You're going to have different interests. You're going to, ride that feeling and emotional roller coaster, but that's okay. But just spend time on your own to get to feel the consistent version of you. All right. That's it, team. That's it for today. I trust that you got what you needed from today's episode. If you want to join me for the entire business webinar I'm going to be running on Thursday, please follow the links in the show notes. I'm so grateful to have you guys here each week, and I so look forward to having you on the next one. Bye for now. Thanks everyone for being here all the way to the end of the podcast. I hope you got lots of value out of it. I certainly had a lot of fun doing it. Could I please ask that you share this podcast with friends if you found it valuable? And also, bonus points, could you leave a review for me as well on Apple? It would be greatly appreciated. If at any point you would like to be on the podcast, or you've got questions that you'd like me to discuss on the podcast, by all means get on my socials and DM me. Everything you need is there in the show notes. Have an awesome day. Bye for now.